All right, thanks for coming this morning. We're going to go ahead and get started. So you are here this morning for the Dual Enrollment Assembly. We're going to be talking about dual enrollment for the spring semester. We're going to go through the PowerPoint. As we do, we're going to be referring to your pink packet a lot, so you want to have that out so that you can look along with us. Just quickly, if you don't yet follow school counseling somehow so that you can get updates, these are ways that you can stay in touch with us so that you can know about things like today's assembly. Make sure you sign up for stuff. You can follow us on Remind, you can follow us on Twitter, and then this year the school has an Instagram account. You can follow Park Vista on Instagram as well. So before we get started on the process of dual enrollment, we just want to talk a little bit about what dual enrollment is, and some of the features of the program so that you know whether or not it's a good fit for you. So dual enrollment is an outstanding opportunity for students. You're going to be taking one class at the college and you're going to earn both college and high school credit for that class. So that's the dual part of dual enrollment. One class, but two types of credit that you're earning. When you take a dual enrollment class, it's the equivalent of an AP or ACE course in your HPA, so that's great. Dual enrollment allows you the opportunity to take classes that maybe we don't offer here at Park Vista. So we've had students who've gone over and taken some really neat computer classes, for example, or some art classes, some things that we don't have on campus that you might be interested in. You can look through the dual enrollment program as a way to kind of access those types of classes. In earning that college credit, you are earning credits that go toward your eventual college degree, and it gives you a chance to experience college-level coursework on the college campus. And then, of course, it is paid for by the school district, so that's a big benefit, where you're taking a college class and having it paid for by the district. That being said, while there are some amazing pros to the program, there are some cons that you need to be aware of. There are some things about the program that you need to know up front. First of all, you are beginning your college transcript. Unlike an AP or ACE course, where the grade that you earn in the course is not going into your college GPA, with a dual enrollment class, that is the beginning of your college transcript. So if you go to Palm Beach State and you take a class that you get a C in, that C will forever be in your college GPA. So it's really important that you understand that. Any poor grades that you get in a class, especially D's and F's, any poor grades that you get in a class can have a negative impact on your ability to get accepted at a four-year university. It can impact your Bright Futures, it can impact other scholarship opportunities. It's really important that you're very careful. When you decide to take a dual enrollment class, you should be very confident that it is a class that you can get an A in, maybe a B. But you don't want to be taking a bunch of classes and getting mediocre grades that are going to impact that college GPA, right? Not all dual enrollment coursework will be accepted by all colleges and universities, so you want to be careful about what you sign up for based on your plans after you graduate high school. Another big thing to know is that Park Vista counselors and your parents are not going to be able to help you at all in the dual enrollment coursework. So you know that sometimes when you're here on campus and you have a problem, you have some resources at the high school level that just aren't available at the college level. There aren't parent conferences. There aren't guidance counselors that are able to email your professor and help advocate for you. You are there as a college student and you're completely on your own. So it's really important that you understand that. Another thing that's important to know is that the schedule of a dual enrollment class might interfere with some of the extracurriculars that you have planned. Just as an example, some of our band students sometimes find it hard to participate in dual enrollment with their rehearsal schedule. A lot of our student athletes find that practices and games might conflict with college classes. So those are things that you need to know ahead of time so that you're not in the middle of a dual enrollment course having to make tough decisions. So the eligibility requirements for dual enrollment. If you're going to take a dual enrollment class, you have to have an unweighted GPA of a 3.0. That's not your HPA, that's your straight GPA. You must have at least a 3.0. You must have college-ready test scores. So we have the college-ready test scores up here. They're a little tough to see, but you can definitely see them in your pink packet. We have a page that has just those eligibility requirements listed. So it's the back of the 8 steps. And you can see the exact test scores that you need in order to be eligible. If you've already taken the SAT or the ACT and earned the scores, that's great. You can also take the PERT, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Palm Beach State, if you're taking classes at Palm Beach State, they require an information session as part of their eligibility, and we'll talk about that. And then finally, you must receive a C or better in all previous college coursework in order to continue. So if you earn a D or an F in a dual enrollment class, you are not allowed to take another dual enrollment class. So if you are ready to do dual enrollment, we're going to start looking at the 8 steps. If you want to look at the front of your packet, we're going to look through the steps that you're going to take in order to register for a dual enrollment class. The first 2 steps are only required of students who have not done dual enrollment in the past. If you've already done dual enrollment, you've already finished steps 1 and 2, and you don't have to repeat them. So the first step is to complete an online application. You're going to go to palmbeachstate.edu, and you're going to look at the top banner. You're going to see Apply Now. You'll click on Apply Now and complete the online application for the college. This, again, is a one-time application that you do as a dual enrollment student. You want to try to do this as quickly as possible because you can't do anything else in the dual enrollment process until you've submitted that application. The next thing that you're going to want to do is sign up for your information session. So once you've submitted your application, Palm Beach State is going to email you with your Panther Web student ID and a PIN number so that you can access their system, their Panther Web system. And immediately upon getting that information, you want to go in and you want to sign up for an information session. So information sessions fill up really quickly. And right now, if you look at the Palm Beach State website, there are only 2 information sessions that are currently scheduled for the Lake Worth campus. You don't have to go to the Lake Worth campus, but I have a feeling you probably don't want to drive to Boca or Belle Glade or somewhere or one of their other campuses to try to catch an information session. So the sooner that you sign up, the sooner that you can reserve a spot. It's possible that they're going to open more Lake Worth sessions, but like I said, these are the ones that they have listed right now. So as quickly as possible, if you're going to do dual enrollment, you want to complete the online application and you want to get yourself a spot in their information sessions. The next step is where people who have done dual enrollment before, this is where you're going to start. So everyone is going to do step 3, and that is pick your class. So you're going to go into your Panther Web and you're going to do a course search. And you're going to look for the classes that you're interested in taking. You want to find your course number and your reference number for the class that you want to take. So the course number is the general class name. So for example, here at Park Vista, we have Algebra 1. That would kind of be the equivalent of the course number. That's the name of the class, the course number. You have one big course. But we don't have just one section of Algebra 1, right? We have 150,000 Algebra 1 classes on campus. So the reference number is what tells you which specific period of the college class you're going to be taking. So you want the course number and the reference number for the class that you're interested in taking. When you look on the course search, you're going to find this information here in the column. So you have a course number and you have a reference number. The other important thing that you want to pay attention to when you're searching for your course is over on the other side where it tells you what time the class is offered. So college classes, they're going to tell you what days of the week the class meets, and they're going to tell you what time the class is offered. We want to remind you that it's to your best advantage to schedule your classes for 3:30 or later, because you need time to leave Park Vista and get to the college campus safely, right? Even if you're planning on taking a period off in your schedule for dual enrollment, you can't be guaranteed that, for example, on a testing day or a pep rally day or one of those other days where we have to adjust our schedule, you can't be guaranteed that you're going to get out of Park Vista at a certain time. I can always guarantee you that you'll be done at 2:45, right? So it's to your advantage, just so that you never have to choose between, do I go to college today or do I go to Park Vista today? It's to your advantage to look for classes that start after 3:30. Thinking back, though, to what I said before, those of you who have extracurricular activities, this is, again, something that you want to pay attention to, because you don't want to have a conflict between maybe something that you've already scheduled as far as activities. Once you've found the class that you're interested in taking, you want to fill out the dual enrollment permission registration form and the enrollment rules contract. Looking at your pink packet, that's the last page in the pink packet. This is a two-sided form. One side has the contract, and one side has the permission form. So the contract you're going to sign, you and your parents are going to read the guidelines of dual enrollment, and you're going to sign that. But this side here is where you're going to fill in, and you're going to tell us exactly which class you're planning on taking. So right here in this column, you're going to see a spot where you're going to write the name, the course ID, and the reference number for the class that you're going to take. Up at the top of the form, you'll see where you can fill in all of your identifying information, your name, and your student number, and all of that. But right here, these boxes are where you're going to write. You can take 1 or 2 classes as part of dual enrollment, depending on what your plan is. Some students choose to write in an alternative class as well. So you might find 3 classes that you fill in. But this right here is where you're going to write those classes. And then down at the bottom, you and your parents are going to sign. Once you've completed those 2 sides, both sides, you're ready to go see your counselor. Questions so far? So you're going to take that paper to your counselor, and their counselor is going to give you the official copy of your registration form. And then you're going to take that paperwork to Palm Beach State. You need to turn that paperwork into Palm Beach State before they will unlock your account and allow you to actually register for the class. And it generally takes them about 48 hours to process your registration. So it's really important that you get that paperwork to Palm Beach State as soon as possible. We're asking you to see your counselor no later than October 2nd. And the reason that we want you to come see us by October 2nd with all this paperwork is if you have it handed in to Palm Beach State by October 3rd, you're in a really good place to be able to have that account unlocked in time for registration when they open their registration for dual enrollment on October 8th. So once you've done that, once you've completed your application, registered for your information session, turned in your registration paperwork to the office, and they've unlocked your account, you're going to be ready to go online to register for the class. You actually complete the registration with Palm Beach State through your Panther web account. They're going to open registration on October 8th. Here's the thing about dual enrollment. You are the last students who get to choose classes, right? So all of the college students that are currently on campus, they've already gotten a chance, and they right now are picking their spring classes. On October 8th, they will have taken a lot of the seats in the classes already. And then starting on October 8th, every dual enrollment student in Palm Beach County is going to start registering for classes, right? So the sooner that you register, the closer to October 8th that you register, the better it is for you. You have a better chance of getting the classes that you're interested in, right? So October 8th is the first day of registration, but we do encourage you to try to register as quickly as possible, as close to that date as possible. Once you've registered for the class, you're going to have the option to print your schedule, and you're going to want to do that. So you're going to print your college schedule, and you're going to bring it to Miss Williams in the school counseling office. You don't want to bring it directly to your counselor because you're going to wait in a long line to meet with us and hear us tell you to take it to Miss Williams. Miss Williams is going to take care of your book voucher for you. So when you bring her a copy of your schedule, she's going to give you a copy of what's called the book voucher that you're going to take to Booksmart Booksmart is right across the street from the Lake Worth campus, and they're going to use the book voucher to get you the textbook that you need for your classes. Questions so far? And so again, just a warning, October 8th is the first day of registration, but it is to your advantage to make sure that you register as early as possible, because that's going to give you the best opportunity to get the day and time of class that you're interested in, right? Those classes start filling up very quickly once it opens to dual enrollment. Sometimes we have students come to our office and ask us, what dual enrollment class should I take? And you have a couple of resources. If you look in your pink packet, you're going to see that, that Palm Beach State has given a lot of great information about their college courses and what might be a good fit, especially planning toward your eventual college degree. So you can use that as a resource. You can also make an individual appointment with an advising officer. So we have this phone number in your packet. You can call Palm Beach State and you can tell them that you're a dual enrollment student and you'd like to meet with an academic advisor to discuss potential classes to take, right? So we, at the high school level, will help you understand how the classes that you take will fit into your high school diploma. But as you're working toward what should I take to help me earn my college diploma, it's a good idea to speak with someone at the college. Just some important information, some questions that students ask us a lot. How does my grade get to Park Vista? So both Palm Beach State and FAU, they'll send transcripts directly to Park Vista to have us update your academic record, and we'll put that grade on your transcript. But because it's not a Park Vista class, it will never appear on your report card, and that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to happen. It's not going to come home on your report card, but you will see it in SIS and on your transcript once we get those official records from the college. Once you graduate and you're ready to go on to a college, we're going to send your Park Vista transcript that's going to show that you graduated from high school, and it'll have those dual enrollment classes on there for high school credit. But in order to earn the college credit, in order to have the college credit transferred, you have to order a transcript directly from Palm Beach State or FAU to take those credits with you to a university. So that's important to keep in mind. And then again, it's really important that you remember you must earn a C or higher in a class in order to continue. So here's one of those things where you just got to be careful and make sure dual enrollment's a good fit for you, right? We've had students before who've gone and done the dual enrollment class, and for whatever reason they weren't successful in that class. They got a D or an F. They're in a position where they're no longer allowed to take dual enrollment classes at all, and they're starting out their college transcript with an F, right? So you have to be very careful. If you sign up for a dual enrollment class, make sure that you're prepared for the class and you do everything possible to be successful in it. If you do not currently have a college-ready test score, you are able to take the PERT at Palm Beach State as a dual enrollment student. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the admissions office, you're going to tell them that you have completed your online application as a dual enrollment student, and you're going to ask for a testing voucher that you're going to take to their testing center to take the PERT. If you look at the front page of the packet, down at the bottom, you're going to see a whole paragraph that goes over all the details of taking that PERT test. Another important thing for you to know as part of the dual enrollment process is the withdrawal process. If you decide that you have signed up for a dual enrollment class and you no longer want to take that class, you absolutely must drop it during add drop. Once add drop is over, Palm Beach State, if you walk into Palm Beach State, they'll let you withdraw from the class, but they're going to put a W on your transcript. And in some cases, the W, if that's on your transcript, it might impact your admission to a four-year university. It might impact financial aid that you try to earn, scholarships that you try to earn. So it's really important. A W is not something that you want on your transcript. The other thing is, if you get a W, Palm Beach County School District says you're not allowed to take a dual enrollment class the next semester. So if you withdraw from a class after add drop, you will not be able to continue in dual enrollment the following semester. And then again, just that, that the W might impact you in college admissions, so it's really important. You do not want to have that on your transcript. Another important thing to keep in mind is that the college calendar, the college academic calendar, is different than the high school academic calendar. One big one is spring break. Our spring breaks usually don't line up. So it is possible when you sign up for dual enrollment that you'll have class at Park Vista and your class at Palm Beach State might be canceled, and then the reverse will be true. A day that you don't have class on one campus doesn't mean that you do have to have class, vice versa. So it's really important that you pay attention to the academic calendar before you sign up for a class. Make sure that you're able to attend every single class on the college campus. A lot of college professors have an attendance policy, and if you go over the number of allotted absences, it could potentially affect your grade in the class. And we have had students in the past where because of attendance, they've either earned a lower grade or in some cases they've earned an F in the class because of attendance alone. So it's really important, again, check out that academic calendar and make sure that you're going to be able to attend every class. So this is the timeline for registration. This is what you want to do as for Palm Beach State dual enrollment. Right now is the time that you want to log on to the website, you want to complete your application, and you want to sign up for an information session. No later than October 2nd, you want to see your counselor so that you can get the paperwork that you need, the registration paperwork, so that you're ready to go by October 8th when registration opens. Again, that's the first day of registration, but we're trying to put you in the position where you have the best chance possible of getting the classes that you're interested in. And then classes are going to begin on January 6th. We recommend registering as early as possible. And then this is the two-sided page, just a reminder, in the last page in your packet, this is the two-sided page that you're going to bring with you when you come to see your counselor. An opportunity that we want you to know about, Palm Beach State has a really great scholarship. It's called Finish for Free. You can find out a lot of details on their website, but essentially, students who earn 30 college credits in dual enrollment have the opportunity to go to Palm Beach State and finish for free. So they have some eligibility requirements such as like the 3.5 GPA, you have to have a 3.5 GPA in your classes. But what it means is that you potentially could, between what you have from dual enrollment and what you have from Finish for Free, you potentially could earn your AA degree for free through those scholarships. So it's a really great opportunity if that's something that you might be interested in. Check that out on their website. If you're interested in FAU dual enrollment, the process is a little bit different, and they spell it out. You do a lot of that process on your own, and you'll be able to find the details of that on their website. And so you can go there and you'll see the forms that you need to fill out. Like I said, a lot of that is a little bit more independent. Early admissions, just to let you know about the opportunity if this is something that you're interested in maybe for next fall. So for dual enroll or for early admissions, what early admissions means is that you are a high school student, but you're taking all of your classes on the college campus as a college freshman. So you're earning dual enrollment credit, you're meeting high school graduation requirements at the same time you're earning college credit. I'll show you, these are the early admissions requirements. If that's something that you're interested in, you should speak with your counselor. So go see your counselor before school, after school, or during lunch so that you can find out more about that program. And then again, just ways to stay in touch with us. Definitely get our text messages. Our school counseling website is very detailed. If you go to pbchs.com and click on school counseling, you're going to find everything. We have a very detailed dual enrollment section that has all of this information for you. Twitter, Instagram, those are all ways that you can stay in touch with us. And once again, you're going to see your counselor. If you don't know your counselor, we have them listed here. So these are your counselors. You'll go and see your counselor if you have any questions.